Well, it's more of a stocking stuffer than a big gift, but has the Santa Claus rally begun?
Boy, we're looking for anything here. I mean, we're up 55 points, but Wall Street is heading higher moments before the close, although we're off the earlier highs. Will this continue? We begin our end of the session markets panel with Tracy Burns at the NYSE. Take it, Tracy.
Hey, Liz, we've said this before, that the markets these days are like a basketball game. It's the last 10 minutes that are most exciting part of the day. And no surprise, we were up 100 points just a few minutes ago. Now we're only up 55. I don't think it's anything that you could trust because I think there's still so much uncertainty down here. I think people are just tired. They don't know what to do. They can't figure it out. Goldman didn't rally us like we were hoping. We're going to get news from Morgan tomorrow, which will probably be flip side and just terrible. So there's no trust yet, there's no conviction, and there's certainly no leadership in the financials, which is what they're hoping for. One could argue that maybe we're at the bottom, but I doubt it. I just think at the end, people are cleaning up. You know, you got the big houses trying to get things they don't want off their out of their portfolio before the end of the year. So we're going to continue to see more selling, more volatility. I think the market is tired, even though this is somewhat, there's a lot of stuff on sale. I said to Teddy earlier, it's like me going to Bloomingdale's. Everything's on sale, and I just don't feel like buying anything. And he said that is exactly what it's like right now. So we'll leave it at that. Liz, David, back to you guys.
Tracy, thanks very much. Tracy, if you want to stick around, we want to throw it to our panel also. Let's begin with Victoria Barrett. So, Victoria, if this is a Christmas rally, it's a pretty puny one.
Yeah, it's a pretty small one, and I think the days are ahead. We're going to lose some of the gains we made today. There's a lot of folks who are doing tax selling. They're just cutting their losses, and there's a lot of reasons to be uncertain about the future of our economy and the markets. What I like is that companies that are coming out with bullish reports are doing well. So, like Adobe today was a great example. So this isn't an irrationally negative market, and that's a very good, important sign.
Peter, I know you've been concerned about the economy. I went out shopping last night, and I got a parking space like that, and I didn't wait in line very long. I know we still have a few more days, certainly, to do any shopping, but how's this going to play out?
Well, I was about to say, this is a bear market. Stocks are going down. I mean, there's going to be rallies like we have a rally today, but, the market's going to make lower lows and lower highs. And more important than just the nominal decline is going to be the inflation-adjusted decline. Stocks are going to lose a lot of value. If you want to price them in gold, right now the Dow is at 16.5 ounces of gold. I think by early next year it'll be worth fewer than 15 ounces of gold. I think it could end the year worth fewer than 10 ounces of gold. These are spectacular real declines in the value of stocks. People need to do something to protect their wealth.
Well, Pat, what do we need to do short of selling all of our stocks and buying gold? Are there certain sectors in stocks that we should be looking to?
Yeah, and I don't want to take away that gold does have a place in a lot of portfolios. Sure. A very well diversified portfolio is going to have some gold in it, and it's going to have some commodities in it, and it's going to have some energy stocks in it. I think you have to get over the next couple of weeks and not focus so much on the tax loss selling, as Victoria said, and sort of focus on where you're going to be in the next year, 3 years, 5 years out. And the fact is that we're not going to go into this Great Depression. You need some kind of event to happen to have that scenario play out. And in the absence of information that I just don't see out there, I'm still somewhat optimistic as I go into 2008 and saying we're getting all this bad news out. It's a mediocre year at best, and 2008 is just around the corner.
Yoram, do you see any negativity beyond the obvious? Oh. Okay, we've just lost Yoram. Okay, so Gary Kalpon, what about you? I mean, in the overall picture, do you agree with Pat?
Here's my biggest problem right now. I'm always looking for leadership in the market, and you really have a clear lack of leadership going into the new year. I'm not really worried about the next few days. I think you could get a holiday move, but that's the tree. The forest is that overall the market's got a lot of issues. If you just look at the charts of the financials and retail, they're saying something. When you look at financials and retails, which had a mini crash, I think it's the economy, and I'm worried about going into the new year, and I think the first quarter could be tough.
Peter, I'm just curious, I know you put a lot of money abroad, but if you want to keep your money in the States right now, where do you put it?
Well, I guess you can keep it in gold in the States, but if you want to invest it in stocks, I mean, you could buy, the exporters. You could buy the energy companies or the raw material companies, the precious metal companies.
To play off the weak dollar.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just a weak dollar. People have to understand that our phony economy, our borrow from abroad and buy imported products economy is going to come crashing down. It was not viable.
We do make things, Peter. It's not entirely phony. There are people in this country who make physical things that physical people go out to physical stores and buy.
But we don't make enough things. We have a $60 billion a year a month.
All right. That's different from saying it's a phony economy. We don't make enough.
It's a phony economy because we're living way beyond our means. We're borrowing money we can't afford to pay back. And the world is starting to figure this out. Interest rates are going to go spectacularly.
Okay.
America,
Peter, we have run out of time, and we thank the